So this is the Ronin SC2, and it's been fantastic for us. We've used it on a ton of shoots this last year, but it does struggle sometime with the payload. So we've got the bigger lenses and they're a lot heavier. So I went ahead and picked up this new RS3 Pro unit, and I just want to open it and show it to you, and then we'll be talking about it a little bit over the next month or so as we get it out on some shoots. We're not sponsored, we just thought it'd be fun to share some of the things that we are buying, and this is one of those items. You gotta give it to the engineers that put together some of these boxes, because it's pretty impressive what they come up with. Doesn't seem like you really need a knife for this, not that we would mind. And I guess I didn't realize that this actually comes with a pretty nice little case. I love cases, I love hard cases. I'll probably get a case for this that would be hard and this would like set inside, but super nice that it's going to have its own case for starters. So we got two halves to this. We got more of the stuff that we will never use, and then the main part of the unit here. So that is that. Kind of like that it has the red, so you're able to easily tell the difference between the different units. Now, something they upgraded, because I've had other gimbals, is they have locks on here, because when you stabilize this, you're going to work on different parts at a time. And if you have everything spinning, it's really difficult to know what is out. This is going to sit like this, and you're going to put your camera in the saddle there, and you can tell, I can tell already, that this just gives much more room compared to our smaller unit. Just the difference is big, and that's going to give us more room to move around and hopefully change batteries out while we're shooting. Sometimes you have to about take this one apart to get batteries out of the camera. I think this will give us a little more wiggle room, which will be nice. So we have that component. This is new to me, so I'm discovering this, you know, with you. I probably have to do some research on how all these parts go together. But let's see what comes where. So this is going to be the grip that I presume goes onto the bottom here. I'm not really a big directions person. That goes right in. That's pretty easy. So that's going to be like that. So that's coming along really well. Okay, so we've got the base plate that slides, makes this so you can move your camera around. This is for the bottom of the camera. This is for the gimbal. So this slides on, and something new with this one is it has this little adjustment where you can move it as you want without sliding this. You can slide it, but you can also just move it incrementally, which seems awesome. I didn't know that was a feature, so that's cool. And then we're going to take the camera plate and then put it in here and then ratchet that down. So that's pretty much how it goes together right there. There's another component on the bottom that I'll grab. So this is the extension that goes on the bottom. Super helpful. Have to have this. I usually always run with this thing because then you can stabilize it and everything. So that's going to go in there, and you can set that on a table to get everything stabilized. And a lot of times when we're shooting and running, we're going to hold it just like this, and that gives 2 points of stabilization for your hands and is super helpful. Okay, so we've got it generally assembled now. We're going to put a camera on here and balance it, the preliminary balance before you do it mechanically too. So this goes on the bottom of the camera, a little bit different than a normal plate because you're going to have it more sideways because it's going to slide in here. So get that on there, slide it on. There's a couple little catches here. Okay, then we tighten it back down. And so then we want to balance this. Even though this is going to hold things like a gimbal should, you want to start out as level as possible. So we know that it's too heavy, it's tipped forward. We're going to loosen up this plate and ratchet it back to where it's basically sitting level on there. The nice thing about these gimbals is they'll fix the little bit that you might be off. Different than a fly cam. You're doing it that way, we had to do it that way. So that gets that one set. You should kind of be able to drop it and then let it find its level. Perfect. We can lock that arm and then loosen this arm over here. So buttons on the side. And we can see it's way off. So on the back, there's another slider. The better you get it the first time, it's going to really help your battery life. So that's basically how you get this thing on here. We're going to charge it up, see how it works, but I have no doubt that it'll be fantastic. I love the size of it, and we'll get it out there on some projects.